becoming a strong man. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So let me begin by pointing out an uncomfortable truth. The world does not care about your potential. It only cares about what you do with it. And this is where the journey of becoming a strong man begins, not with dreams, but with responsibility. To become a strong man, you must first accept that life is hard. It's not just hard for you, and it's not just unfair in your specific case. Life is a series of challenges that, if approached correctly, shape you into something more resilient, more capable, and yes, stronger. The alternative is to become bitter, resentful, and weak. That's the choice. Accepting responsibility is the foundational step in becoming a strong man. Responsibility is the weight you voluntarily shoulder to bring order to the chaos of life. It is not a burden to be avoided. Rather, it is the path to meaning and growth. When you take responsibility, you are making a profound statement about your place in the world. You are acknowledging that while you may not control every circumstance, you have the power to influence outcomes through your actions, choices, and mindset. This is not an easy path, but it is the necessary one. Responsibility begins with honesty. You must first confront the reality of your situation, what you are doing well, what you are neglecting, and where you are falling short. It is easy to deceive yourself, to rationalize your failures, or to blame external factors for your struggles. But these are distractions that keep you weak. Strength arises when you take an unflinching look at your life and admit where you could do better. This requires humility because it means accepting that you are not as competent or as disciplined as you could be. However, it is also empowering because it means you have the ability to change. Taking responsibility also means setting aside the victim mindset. It is true that life is often unfair, and many of us face obstacles that we did not create. But dwelling on injustice will not make you stronger. Complaining about the hand you've been dealt does nothing to improve your position. Responsibility is the act of saying, regardless of how I got here, it is up to me to move forward. This shift in mindset is transformative. It turns you from a passive recipient of life's challenges into an active participant in shaping your future. Responsibility is not limited to your personal life. It extends to your relationships and the broader community. A strong man recognizes that his actions or lack of action affect others. If you neglect your duties at home, at work, or in society, it is not only you who suffers. The people who depend on you are also impacted. Conversely, when you step up and fulfill your responsibilities, you create stability and trust for those around you. This is how strong men become pillars of their families and communities. Taking responsibility also involves discipline. It is not enough to recognize what needs to be done. You must have the willpower to do it consistently. This means establishing routines, setting priorities, and making sacrifices. Discipline is what bridges the gap between your intentions and your actions. It is what allows you to overcome laziness, distractions, and the temptation of short-term gratification. Without discipline, responsibility remains an abstract idea rather than a practical reality. So responsibility demands that you accept the consequences of your actions. This is perhaps the most difficult aspect because it means you cannot escape accountability. When you make a mistake, you must own it. When you fail, you must learn from it rather than making excuses. This process is not enjoyable, but it is essential for growth. Accepting responsibility is not a one-time decision. It is a continual practice. It is the deliberate choice to engage with life fully, to bear its weight with dignity, and to strive toward becoming someone capable of making a meaningful impact. Confronting fear is one of the most essential and transformative steps in becoming a strong man. Fear is a universal experience, but how you respond to it defines your character. It is a powerful force that can either paralyze or propel you. Left unchecked, fear grows in strength, dictating your actions, limiting your potential, and keeping you small. To confront fear, you must first acknowledge its presence without shame or denial. Fear is not a sign of weakness. It is a natural response to uncertainty and risk. However, avoiding fear ensures that it will dominate your life, whereas facing it head-on allows you to gain mastery over it. The process of confronting fear requires deliberate exposure. It begins with identifying what you are afraid of and why. Fear often thrives in ambiguity, feeding on undefined anxieties and worst-case scenarios. By bringing your fears into the light, you strip them of some of their power. This might involve writing them down, talking about them, or simply acknowledging them to yourself with clarity. The next step is to break your fears into manageable pieces. You don't have to confront your greatest terrors all at once. Instead, take incremental steps toward them. Small victories over fear build confidence and momentum, reinforcing your ability to handle bigger challenges over time. Fear is often rooted in the unknown, and the unknown is something you can address through preparation and knowledge. The more you understand a situation, the less threatening it becomes. For example, fear of failure diminishes when you equip yourself with the skills, knowledge, and resources necessary to increase your chances of success. Fear of rejection loses its grip when you realize that not everyone's approval is essential to your well-being. Preparation is not a guarantee that things will go smoothly, but it provides a sense of control, which helps diminish the overwhelming power of fear. Confronting fear also involves reframing your perspective on it. Instead of seeing fear as an enemy, consider it a signal that points toward growth. Fear often arises in situations where there is an opportunity for you to expand your abilities, take on greater responsibilities, or achieve something meaningful. When you face what frightens you, prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. This creates a virtuous cycle. The more you confront fear, the more capable and resilient you become, which in turn makes future fears less daunting. Another key aspect of confronting fear is learning to tolerate discomfort. Fear often comes with physical and emotional sensations, racing thoughts, a pounding heart, a tight chest. These sensations are not dangerous in themselves, but the instinct to escape them can lead to avoidance behaviors that reinforce fear. By practicing mindfulness or controlled exposure, you can train yourself to sit with discomfort without letting it dictate your actions. This strengthens your ability to act in alignment with your values and goals, even in the face of uncertainty or fear. Confronting fear requires courage, which is not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. Courage grows each time you push past fear and take meaningful action. Aiming high is an essential principle in the pursuit of strength and personal growth. It is about setting goals that challenge you, inspire you, and push you beyond your current limits. When you aim high, you are not merely striving for success, you are striving for transformation. Aiming high requires a vision of what you could be, not just what you are. It demands that you look beyond immediate gratification or short-term comforts and instead focus on building a life that is meaningful and fulfilling. The first step in aiming high is to define your purpose. This is not always an easy task, and it often requires deep introspection. What do you value most? What kind of person do you want to become? What impact do you want to have on the world around you? These questions help clarify your direction, giving you a sense of purpose that anchors your efforts. A high aim should align with your values and aspirations, serving as a guiding star that keeps you moving forward even when the path is difficult. Setting high goals also means being willing to risk failure. When you aim for something ambitious, the possibility of falling short is real. This is why many people avoid aiming high. They fear the disappointment, judgment, or pain that may come with not reaching their goals. But avoiding risk comes at a greater cost. It leads to stagnation, mediocrity, and a life filled with regret. Failure, while painful, is an integral part of growth. It teaches you valuable lessons, builds resilience, and prepares you for future challenges. A strong man understands that the risk of failure is worth the reward of striving for something meaningful. To aim high effectively, you must break your goals into actionable steps. A lofty vision can feel overwhelming if you don't have a clear plan to achieve it. By dividing your aim into smaller, manageable objectives, you create a roadmap that keeps you focused and motivated. These smaller steps allow you to track your progress, build confidence, and maintain momentum. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goal and reinforces your commitment to your vision. Aiming high also requires discipline and consistency. Ambitious goals are rarely achieved overnight. They demand sustained effort, sacrifice, and perseverance. Discipline is the tool that enables you to stay the course when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. So it keeps you focused on what truly matters, even when distractions or temptations threaten to derail you. Consistency over time compounds your efforts, turning small daily actions into significant achievements. Another important aspect of aiming high is surrounding yourself with the right influences. The people you associate with, the environments you immerse yourself in, and the information you consume all play a role in shaping your mindset and behavior. If you want to achieve great things, you must align yourself with those who encourage and support your growth. Seek mentors, peers, and role models who embody the qualities and achievements you aspire to. Their guidance and example will help you stay motivated and focused on your path. When you aim high, you also take on a greater level of responsibility. The higher your goals, the more effort, thought, and accountability they require. This responsibility is not a burden, but a privilege. It pushes you to grow in competence, character, and maturity. It challenges you to become a person who can rise to the occasion and meet the demands of your ambitions. The process of striving toward high aims transforms you, shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. Serving others is one of the most profound expressions of strength and one of the most important responsibilities of a strong man. True strength is not self-serving. It is a tool that allows you to create value and provide support for those around you. When you serve others, you transcend your own limitations and find meaning in contributing to something greater than yourself. This act of service is not just about charity or altruism. It is about fulfilling a fundamental human obligation to care for and uplift one another. Strength, when directed outward, has the power to build, protect, and inspire. The first step in serving others is recognizing that you are part of a larger whole. Your actions, choices, and attitudes do not exist in isolation. They ripple out and impact the people in your life. Whether it's your family, friends, colleagues, or community, the strength you cultivate within yourself has the potential to create stability and opportunity for others. A strong man understands that his role extends beyond his own personal goals and ambitions. He sees himself as a provider, protector, and guide, taking on the responsibility to help others navigate the challenges of life. Serving others requires empathy and attentiveness. To serve effectively, you must understand the needs, struggles, and aspirations of those around you. This means listening deeply, observing carefully, and putting yourself in their shoes. Empathy allows you to connect with others on a human level and to offer support that is meaningful and relevant. It is not enough to simply act out of obligation or to impose your own ideas of what is best. Service must come from a place of genuine care and respect for the individuality of others. At its core, serving others involves sacrifice. It is the willingness to set aside your own comfort, convenience, or desires for the benefit of someone else. This might mean giving your time to mentor a younger person, offering resources to someone in need, or simply being present for someone who is struggling. Sacrifice is not a sign of weakness, it is a demonstration of strength. It shows that you are capable of putting the needs of others ahead of your own, and that you have the fortitude to endure discomfort or hardship for the sake of a greater good. Service also requires humility. It is not about seeking recognition, praise, or reward for your efforts. When you serve with humility, you focus on the impact of your actions rather than on the accolades you might receive. Humility ensures that your service is genuine and that it stems from a desire to help rather than to elevate your own status. A strong man serves not to boost his ego, but because he understands that strength comes with responsibility. Serving others creates a ripple effect. When you use your strength to uplift and support, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions can create a chain reaction, fostering a culture of kindness, generosity, and mutual care. The impact of your service often extends far beyond what you can see or measure. It strengthens the bonds between people, builds trust, and creates a sense of unity that is essential for the well-being of any group or society. In serving others, you not only contribute to their growth and well-being, but also deepen your own sense of purpose and fulfillment. Thanks for watching.